Hi everyone, it's V here. Just very quickly at the top of the episode, I think I'm going to mention two things. First of all, we try and do something very different for this episode. You'll probably hear some light music going on in the background, and there is actually an attached YouTube playlist. Essentially, we're going to listen to songs and we will commentate over them with our ideas and our thoughts and our reasons why they're our top XYZ. So yeah, when you hear a little bit of light music in the background, there's a YouTube playlist. It's in the correct order. However, if you don't have time to do that or you're just not interested, it's absolutely listenable without listening through the songs that we also have on our YouTube. So it's just a little strangeness I thought I'd bring up right at the beginning here. You can listen to the list as you go along or not. It's entirely up to you. All right, thank you guys very much. Bye. And welcome to 4 Top 3s. I am V.
Hello, V. I'm Cassie.
Hi, Cassie. I'm Aethor.
Hi, Aethor.
I'm Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Neil. So we're going to do something a little bit different in this episode. We are doing, this time round, 4 Top 3's most loopable songs according to whatever criteria we decide our looping criteria was. So for some of us, obsession, some of us is sound, and that's what we're going for. But the reason today's episode is a little bit different is because that we are listening to each other's songs, and then we're going to talk a bit about it, so we're not just batting around in the dark. You'll find all the links somewhere down in the description. I promise not all of them will be Rickroll or Rickroll covers. They'll
Not
be down
all
in
of
the
them,
description
but
below.
like a lot of them.
Yeah, a good portion. The true Rickrolls would be the correct songs. So, without further much more, we are going to start this episode with Neil.
Okay, here's the song. This is a band that I've known for a very long time, since I was very young, and doing much louder music. Well, not louder necessarily, but different music. It's kind of screamy. Sorry if that's not your thing. But there's a lot of talented people in this project. It's been around for 15 years. They've been around for a long time. But yeah, Dance Gavin Dance, Man of the Year. They had this thing that you're about to see, a live DVD release, and they're very good live. All of my videos are going to be live things because I really like it when live music kind of reflects the album very well. And I tend to revisit those things a lot. So yeah, a lot of what I'm doing is either studying musicians or studying sounds when I find things loopable.
Cool. All right. I restarted playing it. I'm jamming this intro, dude.
Look at their good clothes.
Ooh.
That is a fashion sense.
I wish I had some nice Hawaiian suits. So why did they make the drummer turn away from the crowd? Had he been naughty that day?
I don't know.
I say crowd.
Yeah, they rented a bridge somehow.
I mean, they're all facing into a different
When you've been around
direction,
for
except
15
for the.
years, you can just kind of do what you want, I guess.
Except for the two on the right, they're all facing into like circular outwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that platform doesn't rotate at some point, I am going to be disappointed, Neil.
That's fair.
There we go.
Right.
That's not what I expected for that kind of fashion.
Guys, it's been going so well. Why are you screaming?
I shit
hurt
you
you?
not, that guy is like pretty much one of the reasons I still listen to this band. Look how there's a better example later.
Okay.
But to do this for as long as he's done this, he has such endurance. He's so relaxed. He looks like he's bored in an elevator most of the time. How do you do that?
He's saving all that energy, that's why.
I don't know how he does it.
Conserving like a gecko.
So this song probably isn't a really good example, but one reason that I keep returning to this band is they always have just the best like funky business going on in their songs. It's so good. The like swapping around of genres has always been like super cool.
Oh, the music's good.
They're all very talented.
So I'm not a screamo person, but I appreciate
Yeah,
the music 100%.
This band has been around for me since I was into that shit, and it has survived that. It takes a lot to survive that.
Survive your interest?
No, to survive the days when I listened to screamo. if I still listen to a band that I listened to back then bravo.
I appreciate the guys in the back who's just wearing a hoodie.
Steve, why are you not wearing your Hawaiian shirt? It's lame, bud.
Look at his face.
What
Hold
about a
on,
hoodie?
John.
Huh?
Bored in an elevator. Look at this.
Yeah, that's actually
Bored
kind of
in an
ridiculous.
elevator.
That is kind of ridiculous.
Not a muscle straining on his face.
And
All the muscles are in his throat.
Yeah, they're like fucking swole.
They're
you will notice
flexing in
that
there.
you will notice his neck is almost wider than his head.
All right, it's over. So I returned to this band a lot in a lot of their songs, and I thought that this song would be a good example. I almost showed y'all Inspired the Liars from Tree City Sessions too. But this is the only one that had in-sync audio on YouTube. So here we are. But I did think that this song was a good example of a lot of elements that I like about that band, such as they go from very catchy things. They don't stay there too long. So it doesn't get too repetitive. Like some of the things that I listen to that are repeatable for me are very repetitive. Sorry about that. But
Who'd have think?
but they do this really cool mix of exciting and catchy, and yeah, they do it really well.
Yeah, I genuinely appreciate the opening. Because like the opening is like, and then there's no sound. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Did I do something wrong? I like that intro. I love it. And as you said, like the way it changes from kind of like genre to genre, even through like the screamy parts, which like emo teenage me fucking loved. It still has that melody in the back where, and it's like, holy shit.
The
And
riffs
if you
are
haven't
very
seen the video,
catchy.
yeah, like I can still feel it in my bones as I'm listening. I'm not even listening to it anymore. Like it's still there. I love it.
A lot of other songs do exemplify probably like riffiness a little bit more than that song does. Their guitar players are like really idolized in guitar community. They're kind of a different style of guitar than I do. I typically do like rhythm and noise and ambient, and not like metal progressive, I guess is what you'd call it. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I love their guitar players, but I don't play that style. Still love it. Still love it.
We can appreciate stuff that we can't mimic. I
It's too
appreciate
hard.
art, but I
Can't do
can't
that.
art it.
I really can't do that.
I just appreciate Neil's tentative touch on like genres within the metal community.
I don't like genres. I don't like genres. Don't yell. Don't message me about genres. I don't care.
Add me.
Don't
I
add
don't
him.
care.
Don't at us. We don't care.
I know there was screamo in that. I apologized before it started. I knew what it was. I said this is something that's been around for a long time for me. Get ready
I
for that.
apologize before we started. I'll do it again.
But they're so damn talented, and I mean, they're still around because they deserve it. They're very talented. It's catchy. How do you come up with that many like catchy things that swing back and forth to one another? Because you just have an idea and then it's gone. You don't like, you know what I mean? That's the thing about writing.
Once it's out there, it's out there. Yeah. No, I love that. That was a beautiful tune. And I highly recommend that if you are the person who is looking at our descriptions and clicking on all the individual videos, I promise that this one won't be a Rickroll because that video is baller.
They rented a bridge. What the fuck? Their suits.
Their
They
suits
weren't
are
taking
unreal.
themselves seriously.
I need to props the guy
Come
who
on.
was wearing the orange with
good.
the hoodie and the guy who was on one of the guitars. He was just wearing like a kind of like a jacket with white sleeves.
He was wearing like a little leather jacket.
The
Yeah,
the
it didn't fit him,
Letterman
really.
jacket.
Yeah.
Well,
Like we don't have those in the UK. We just call them jackets. We don't have them specifically, but I see it a lot in American media. Holy shit, that guy was rocking the fuck out of it. And I want to say at like 5 minutes and 12, I took it, like I had noted it in my mind because I wanted to talk about it. The guy who does the scream,
John.
when the other guy is singing, he's also singing. He's clearly enjoying it. Everyone is, and it's amazing. Please check out the video. It's really good.
They are an interesting band. They've got a lot of good stuff in their discography. And they've been around forever, so there's a lot of it there. Yeah, John
I want to thank you for introducing me to that.
Favorite screamers, just because, I mean, even if I'm not into screamo anymore, I look at him and what he can do live and how easily he makes it look, and I'm so jealous that I return to it over and over and over again, regardless of whether I'm into screamo or not. And I'm just like, damn it.
Seething.
Nothing but jealousy over here.
Their drummer and their guitar player, Will Swan, dude with the Letterman jacket with the wolves on it, and his guitar has a swan on it. His last name is Swan. He's loved. He's loved. But I think they're the only two original members. John's been around forever. Screamer. They used to have their old singer. Back in the day when I listened to this band was a different singer, but he was also very impressive, but he was not someone who should be idolized. So he's not in the band anymore, and that's probably a big reason why they're still a success. So
yeah,
good on them. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you introducing me to this band. Like, I'm still hearing that music in my brain. That melody is still now, and my body's still rocking to this tune. I love it.
So apropos,
right,
you're basically looping it in your head now.
Yes, God damn it, Neil. All right, let's do Kessie next.
Me.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So the first one on my list, probably because it's relatively new to my pool of music that I listen to, is this one. It's called Alpha dir Haiti von Heilung. From Heilung. I don't know why I switched to German there. I first listened to this in 2016 at the end of the year, I think. When it just came out, and the band only had like maybe, I don't know, 20 sales on Bandcamp, and something about it caught my ear, I want to say.
Yeah.
I was writing Counterbalance at the time, and I felt like something about the feel, the tone, the atmosphere was something I wanted for Counterbalance. So I listened to that on loop while I was writing to get inspired, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're going to start now.
Okay. Starting out spooky.
This was the first track that I heard from them. They probably have better tracks right now, but this one is the first one I heard, so...
You're really into this kind of like...
Yeah, I don't do conventional music.
I've tried to... Like, tribal music, I guess is kind of the word for it?
I guess a little bit, yeah. There's a little bit tribal music in there.
What do you mean a little bit? Somebody's going woo 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 over drums.
I think this was actually one of the first bands that did this kind of mix with like using very different influences from different very tribal musics, as you say, and mashing them together. Like they have a few tracks where they do the Maori haka songs with Old Norse lyrics, so they mash it all together. I'm not sure what they chant there at the beginning. I just know that the reason it's called Alpha dir Haiti, which means names of the All-Father, is that they chant, like later in the track, they chant like the names of Odin in Futhorc order, not alphabetical order, which is really cool. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. It's not like, hi, this is lyrics, listen to the lyrics, they're gonna mean something.
This is reminding me of something that I've listened to like this is stirring something way back there in the memory bank.
Maybe you heard it before?
Unlikely, but possible.
I'm pretty sure I played it on, like, when we met up for the first time for the live recording, because Travis wanted to hear it.
That's definitely a possibility. I'm not a huge tribal music person, but I absolutely get it. Like, I get it. Like, when I listen to tribal music, I get this just like carnal, primal thing, just like I love it. I love it.
So there are like drumming circles, drumming bands in where I used to live in Britain, and listening to them recorded is just like, it does nothing. But listening to them live, holy goddamn shit, does it stir something like in the chest. But that's entirely the point of it. Like, it's an experience.
Yeah. I would have linked the live version of this track too, but like, I think the live version of this particular track isn't as strong as the studio recording. But they do have a very strong, like, the live album is probably my favorite of the 3 albums that they released so far. But it is like an entire experience. Like, they don't call it a live show, they call it a ritual.
Yeah, it feels like that.
It may say something about the kind of music I listen to, but I've never not been disappointed by live recordings of bands I like. They always suck live.
Oh, okay. The double negative confused me. I was like, what?
No,
I imagine the song benefits a lot on the album version from all of the production and effects that they're bringing into it, especially like in the vocals. You can do a lot of that live, but that kind of vocal swirl is hard to do live. I'm sure I
personally think a lot, like, they have a lot of crossovers from, I think most of their tracks from the first album are also on the live track, and most of them sound better on the live thing, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So this is one of the few bands where I prefer the live recording over the studio recordings. And they also have like 2 tracks actually that are exclusive from the live recordings, which are also really good.
Is this the part where they're like doing the Allfather names?
Yes, the names that you hear, the words that you hear are all the Allfather's names in, like, they do 2 for each rune. In the order of the Futhorc.
I'm just gonna ask, what is the Futhorc? Is that the runes?
Yeah, that's basically the alphabetical order that the runes are sorted by.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
This is like the counterpoint to EDM in every way, except for like structurally and musically, it's the same and it does the same thing. It's like
what
dancing.
Is EDM?
It's electronic dance music.
Oh, okay.
It's like dance beats. Rhythm dance beat. Party time.
It's the garbage.
I think they actually
they
did say that they used a lot of electronic influences in their stuff. Like, there's almost no way around it.
Because a lot of what's going on, if they're doing all that live, they're running very organic instruments through effects to get like creepy sounds and stuff. So they're doing a lot of like kind of digital and effects driven stuff. I don't think that they just have drums up there. They have pedals and they have all kinds of
no, they do have drums up there.
Stuff.
They have frame drums.
No, that's what I say. They have all the real instruments, but that's not all they have. They have electronic stuff that is taking the signals from all those very organic instruments and shaping it into
Yeah, I love it.
I think I said everything I wanted to say during the song.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things, like, I can feel it. It's not something I would repeat. We chose loopable, but I actually hate looping music. I think I've mentioned this before when we talked about music. I can't listen to something without, if yeah, but this is one of those things that, yeah, describing as a ritual versus a concert would definitely be how this would feel, and this is how I would want to experience that. It's definitely live, but yeah, there's something about those low rumbles in the voices, and I don't care if they're electronic or not. Holy shit.
I personally really enjoy this primal feel, like also in the vocals. That they I don't know, there was something about the way the main singer chants those names that sounds a little bit aggressive, like he's really chanting it aggressively at you, and I for some reason really like that. I'm like, yeah, talk dirty to me.
Say the All
Speak the names of the All Father.
Yes,
Do it.
all of them.
Do it.
They actually also, like, just to bring up how basically meaningless all of the lyrics that they use are. They have one track on the News album where they just chant like I don't know, 20 rivers from Iceland in the rhythm of a Maori haka.
I believe that you mentioned that before because that is familiar. That's something you've spoken to us about before. Oh, yeah, that is something that I would love to go see and be in the audience for 100%. And this is probably going to get... You guys are going to get a lot of shit stuck in my brain today, and it's going to be overwearing with stuff for like days now.
If we really do this in 2 sessions next week, your top 3s will have influenced by now.
Massively changed. I'm pretty. I feel bad in comparison. You two come from really good shit. All right. Thank you for that. How about Aethel? Let's go with you.
Oh boy.
Would you rather I
you
go
brought
first?
this
Because
upon us.
you did mention to me off air before we started this, I might leave you for whatever your number 3 choice is. So do we want to leave that until at least we have one round down?
Yeah, let's leave this this plaster on a little bit longer. Let's rip it off a little
we'll
longer.
rip the band-aid off later.
At the end of the show.
All right.
I'll start with number 2.
Let me just find it. So, you guys have really good things, and now I feel super weird about what I'm about to link because it's super like normal, middle of the road shit. I went through a massive phase of listening to Disturbed, and that was basically everything that was on my ears for about 6 months straight. I was going through a very rough internal time, which I'm mostly better about. But this song, it's by Disturbed. It's called You're Mine, and I had this on repeat for the longest time. It wasn't just about one person, because it was about that time that I realized I was poly, and it wasn't really just like a single person that made me better, but it was lots of people that made me better. And this song, I don't know, something about the beat, there's something about the music, there's something about the way it changes partway through that, yeah, and it's sung with a lot of emotion, which is why I personally really like Disturbed. I connect with a lot of it, even though sometimes the songs are crap, and I'm just like, nah, I can't relate to this. I don't know what the fuck this means. But sometimes you just want to scream and shout at shit to a melody, and that's what Your Mine is to me. So, all right, start in 3, 2, 1.
Official HD music video. Okay.
Yep. If anyone's watching the video, you don't need it in HD. Watch it at like 320p, man.
I'm just realizing I don't know what band Disturbed is.
They did 10,000 Fists in the Air, The Prayer, The Light. It was really difficult for me to pick one. It was like this or Who Taught You How to Hate. I was very much deciding between them or The Light. I listened to those 3 on like a constant loop to and from work.
Oh, I've heard this song.
Huh?
I've heard this song. This song is fucking baller.
Yeah. So I connect a lot with songs on emotions, which is why I kind of really sometimes need the lyrics to be there. I sometimes find it very difficult to hear lyrics in music. And if I can hear them and they have an emotional something and it does shit like this for not too long and it doesn't repeat itself, that's a good song for me.
I can't get over this music video.
Yeah, please check out the music video. It's terrible.
It's about
That's not
20 frames.
It's a bit more, but it's also too fast.
It's like one of those things you buy at the mall, like the moving waterfall.
Yeah.
I mean, this song's pretty cool, but
I think the only track from Disturbed I know is The Sound of Silence.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a fucking baller track. And that was like genuinely this close. My fingers were like 3 millimeters apart from being this pick. Because I decided to pick one band. One song from each band rather than all three songs being by my top artist. Because I've listened to that artist on repeat recently and I can't stop. So I decided to pick one from each of the bands.
this is absolutely my road jam. This kind of music. I love listening to this music while driving.
There's something in the dude's voice that I really like.
He has an amazingly phenomenal voice. Like, he's known quite a lot for, like, this, like, heavy metal kind of, like... Again, I don't know genres. This style of music. He's known really well for this. But, like, listening to him in The Sound of Silence is unbelievable. Like, he has such a goddamn range of control. Oh! And I like The Sound of Silence. I like the original Sound of Silence. But there's something in his delivery. You're just like, holy shit. There's emotion in there.
No. There's something very
This is why they
cathartic about
needed
the streaming.
HD. For these recommended videos at the end, that's why I needed the HD.
If you watch this, make sure you choose the 1080p HD.
But yeah, I feel like there's something very cathartic in this screaming bits about that track.
Yeah, like I went through like some real rough patches, and this song, it talks about being broken and finding people that make you stronger. And yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world to know, hey, I need other people to survive. I'm not a strong and independent person. But you need that sometimes. And this was the right song at the right time for me. And I singing and shouting this at the top of my lungs on the drive home from work and just basically having it on repeat. Like this song has something to it, and I love it.
Energy.
This and yes, it was this and looping a bunch of other Disturbed songs at the same time. So yeah, that's what it is. I don't really know exactly why I like it. I think it's mostly just the feels and the changing of the singing from something nice to something much louder and shouting, holding notes. This is how I learned how to hold notes, these songs. Mostly there. That's it. I really don't have much to say other than I like this song and I like Disturbed. That's why this is on my loopable list, because I listen to it a lot. There you go.
That's fair.
See, I had even less to say about the song than you did, Noah.
I mean, you spoke about it during the song.
Yeah.
I did the one first that I could talk most about. Like I said, I still don't know what my number one is.
Clever.
I can get you through number two pretty confidently today, but
Nice.
number one, definitely, probably, I could make it up. I would ask you, I'd be like, hey, what do you want to hear?
Yeah, so that's me and Your Mind by Disturbed. Ethel, what have you got? The potentially relationship breaking song.
All
no.
right. So,
Rip.
in 2018 or 19, I don't remember exactly
19.
when.
I know what this is already.
I was finishing up my master's, and I was doing my master's education alongside full work, which means that I was working 8 to 10 hours days, and then I was studying at nights. And the finals are coming up. And I had a very simple rule when it came to studying for finals. I would take days off for work, equaling to the amount of days that I had finals, and I would study. And during these study days, there would be no bars hold. Nothing mattered except studying. If it helped me study, it was there. It didn't matter. I had a 24 store, like maybe like a 10-minute walk away, and I probably ate somewhere in the ballpark of like 20,000 calories of candy every day while I was studying. Just because I need everything else out of my brain. I allow myself anything I want while I'm studying. And I ended up having to install a program which was called Cold Turkey. And it basically shuts off the internet and a bunch of programs that you're not allowed to use that you set on your list. And it basically locks out everything so you can focus. And I have this program running that every 1.5 hours, it gives me 20 minutes of internet time. And the trick to it was that I could find new music and shit to click on. and I could repeatedly play it even after the program cut off my internet because it's stored in the computer. And this thing was on loop for first an hour and a half, and then it was on loop for the rest of the 5 days left.
You mean
there is
loop, like hard loop?
Hard loop.
Oh no!
Damn.
I'd never hard loop.
If it's crab rave, I'm leaving.
It's not crap rave. So, there are two versions of this song. There's a safe for work version and not suitable
not
for
safe
work.
for work version.
No. There's not a not safe for work, but not suitable. Like, you should not be
The
watching
not
this
safe
at
for
work.
work version.
That's one I'm going to post, and that's why this might be the end of this fucking relationship.
We're canceled.
Oh no!
Oh wait, is it what I think it is?
Here you go. Countdown.
Oh my god, it might
in
be what I think it
Wait,
is.
3.
it's the loading. Hey,
No, do
okay.
no. Oh
What?
shit!
Oh, it's asking me to verify my
Same. And I don't have my credit card with me right now.
Just sign it to, like, open the thing in your browser. If you have a YouTube account, it's gonna let you through.
No, I have a YouTube account. It's not letting me through.
It's not letting us through, Ethel.
What?
No.
Why? What? What are you talking about?
It's not. It's asking us to verify our age with a credit card.
Yeah. And I'm not giving YouTube my credit card number.
No,
Oh, fuck them.
I have not given YouTube my credit card, and it still lets me. Okay.
Just sign in. Sign in with the Lucky Die account.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, good point.
It's all
Give me the
Google.
not safe for work option then. I don't know.
I'll give you the safe for work option.
All you gotta do is
yes.
sign in.
I could just download the video too. But it's gonna take a while.
You said you listened. You loop. Okay, you said that we've been over the literal loop thing.
Yeah.
I have another concern.
Okay.
I loop things sometimes, but not to that extreme, maybe. But I definitely listen to things many times in a day, in any sense. And when I do, especially if I'm going to hard
don't
loop
get-
something,
There we go.
Hot
That's
anime
better.
ladies.
it should probably, if you're going to listen to it as many times and as many hours as you said that you did,
Mhm.
the song is 2 minutes and 43 seconds long.
I know.
Holy
Please,
shit.
Cassie, you can actually see Neil's screen on his video, so.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Oh, Ethel, you need to say what the name of the song is.
The name of the song, not the name of the video, is Pac Baby 3 Minutes Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Music. That's
No. Oh, no.
the name of the song. All right, everybody have it queued up?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm trying to watch the thing through Neil's screen if you can play it.
All right.
Do I have the right thing? I have
Yeah,
the
you
wrong.
do.
What?
No, it looks like the right thing.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
has a different name. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
you have
That's
the
the
right
one.
one.
That's the one.
All right.
You have the
3,
good-looking
2,
version.
1, play. So, I am highly strange when it comes to studying. I need very specific environment to be able to study. And this song, for some fucking reason, helped me through probably the most difficult semester of them all. I had my final project. I had 3 classes they didn't know I had to do until I had to turn in my final project. And then 2 pretty big classes because I flunked one of them the year before. So what it was supposed to be, my final semester, was supposed to be just the final project and a single class. It ended up being my final project and 6 classes. No, 5 classes. That was a little bit more than I was supposed to do.
Is this why it's not suitable for work, or is it going to get worse?
It's gonna get worse.
Nice.
It's kind of weird that this is not playable, even though me is viewable for me.
Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting you out.
I'm going to include both links for the viewers or listeners rather.
So I had 3 screens while I was working on the computer, doing all these fucking projects, all these studying, all this bullshit, and this was just one on one of the screens on loop for about 5 days straight.
Were you doing a lot of riddling or anything?
Nope.
Oh God.
I needed this kind of tune to just keep the brain
He also
moving.
needed nobody to talk to him, only bring him snacks and food and drinks and shit. I shit you not.
Basically.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Is it going to get worse?
No.
No.
If I understand correctly, there's a verse version that is like out there somewhere. I don't know anything about it, but I
Oh, you don't know anything about it because that wasn't what was replaying every 2.5 minutes.
no, like I think there's like if you look through the comments, there's like a reference to a full version.
What could that mean?
Well, I can't even see those links because I can't even get into that video. Folks, you really have to see what we're doing is we have our Zoom open and we're looking at Neil's camera because Neil's camera is pointing at him and his screen. So we have the music going on with a static image and we're seeing this thing dance.
And it's
Oh
over.
no, it's done.
So
Thank God.
the music is so
Yeah.
fucking pumped. It is so fucking hyper. It kept my brain going for ages. Just
Yeah.
fucking ages.
This would be like torture for me. Like,
Yeah, I know.
having this on for like an hour and a half, I would just break the computer. Like, I could not deal with this shit.
I like I said, like when I'm doing my when I was doing my studies, it was basically just like whatever my brain needs, that's what it gets. And apparently this is what my brain needed for 5 days.
Fuck, man.
So I definitely should be on some medication for like brain things. But my parents were staunchly anti-drugs when I was younger. They just wanted to raise me right. And it does mean that
And now we have this.
I have some very special idiosyncrasies. I think that's
I feel like musically, there's probably game soundtracks that are not dissimilar.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing a meme once that said, like, if you're studying for something, listen to game music because it is specifically manufactured to keep you focused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely
no lyrics
games
to distract.
Yeah. So yeah, never played Pac-Man Ultimate Edition, which is where that song comes from.
Championship edition, I have.
Oh, I've heard it's good. And that's
I
my song.
played most of the Pac-Mans,
Okay.
and yeah, they all have cheesy tunes like this that I turn way down when I'm playing games.
All right.
Well, that was a choice, Ethel. Thank you.
I don't
My
think there's
God.
another song on my list that has been looped as many times in a row.
5 days.
It was genuinely fucking heart-wrenching. I was doing my fucking 3D lightscape fucking work, and it was the most boring, mind-numbing garbage in the world. How many looks are in the corner? Who cares? It's the fucking corner. Just add a lamp if it's too dark. Why do I care? I don't. This is painful. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's me.
Well, I'm glad you found something that works. Holy shit. And I wish I
Oh.
could have seen that video better.
It took genuinely like probably close to an hour Googling to find this fucking thing again. I had no idea what to Google. Dancing girls song. Oh no.
Oh boy. That's a bad one.
Dancing animated girls song.
Did you
Oh,
find
no.
me? Did you find me? Please tell me you found me.
I know Me, and I adore Me.
Oh no. That's his number 2 choice. Oh
Wow.
boy. Well,
Wow.
I think that comment is as good to end round 1.
This is a part of a longer video, but it's not the whole video. It's like a 6-7 minute long song, maybe. About the same as last one.
So, what is the number 2 choice? What is it called and who is it by?
This is Black MIDI. I'm going to keep saying it wrong a million times. John L. So I was into the album that released before this a little bit, and there are things about it that I really love, but I really liked it, and I found that I listened to it a lot. And then the newer album came out, and this was like one of the first songs they released after it, and I looped it a lot. It's kind of jazzy. It's kind of disordinate. I don't know. All right. I don't know how to describe it. So you guys can help me afterwards. And so we're going to start now. And it's
Great.
the first song on here.
Okay, so just one song.
Yes, it's the first track. You don't need to. Yes. This is a song that I like that they can play live because when I heard it on album, I was like, no, right? But sure enough.
I don't think I have the weirdest pick anymore.
Major props to like the musicians here.
This is absolutely wild.
It's a good time to mention the song's about a cult.
I called. Okay.
Yeah, now's about the time to mention that.
Notice I think the bass has never broken the rhythm. The bass has always been the underpinning of the entire song, while everybody else is just,
Taking breaks, getting a coffee.
Playing with, changing their settings on their keyboard, sorry.
I always love how much fun the drummers are having.
Yeah.
They are having so much fun. I love this. But I also love it's chaos.
It's chaos and energy.
Yeah.
But also there's order in this chaos.
Yeah.
Everyone knows when their part is coming up.
Yep.
This is not just them jamming random stuff.
There's a weird cohesion to the chaos.
I mean, at least what is the blow instrument that they're playing in the
Saxophone?
corner? No, not this guy, but the other ones. They have
The other
notes.
guy.
Those guys, they have notes.
Saxophone.
The others, they just freestyle.
And now they're just this is just a live kind of stunt, I guess.
They're
How
catching
they
up
end
with
the
each
song,
other.
but it's neat.
Oh, they weren't just catching up with each other earlier? Because it did not look like they were doing anything professionally. They were just making noise.
All right, you can stop it now because it will go on for many more minutes. This is a whole kind of performance after this. But that was the first song off of the new album. I also really like the song Slow, which they do here, but I thought that this song was a little more maybe like
That's
exciting.
the first
and also
song?
it was the what?
That was the first song on the album.
Well, maybe hold on. That's a good question.
At the bottom, the first comment had like the timestamps on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fucking nuts. So,
Yeah,
I
that's how
have
they
listened-
opened.
Jesus. I've listened to what this would probably just be called noise music or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
listened to albums that have noise music tracks in them, and they often symbolize like the kind of crescendo of the album. It's about just getting into just pure noise. We've talked about this before. Raise your fist like antennas.
Godspeed, You Black Emperor.
Yeah.
Raise Your Skinny Fist to Heaven or something or other. Yeah, that album.
They have like a track at the 30-minute mark, which is basically
Yeah.
just noise.
They're very good, though. It's so good.
So
Love that
yeah,
album.
like but I find it quite brave to open your album with the noise. Is it just noise for 24 minutes?
Well, this band, a lot of their songs are themed in kind of this. If you go to Spotify and you type in the band name, you get these album arts on their albums pretty consistently that are kind of like chaotic, and I feel like their music feels like that. You know,
All right.
I feel like it's good representation of what
Chaos!
the album is trying to do. There's not all, they're very different. They have a lot of different stuff. Some songs that I like a lot, the bass player is the vocalist. The dude that sang in this song, in a lot of his songs on the album prior to this, he stylizes a lot, and it kind of wasn't like, I like the song and I listened to them a lot, but like I wasn't really vibing with the stylizing he was doing necessarily. And in this song, I really liked kind of a lot of what he was doing a lot more. So I was really excited for this album.
You're such a different
yeah.
level than the rest of us. You're like, oh yeah, this noise is better than that noise.
It's not better. It's just that like there's a stylizing on this song that there's a stylizing that isn't on this song as much as some of the other tracks he does. He's a very stylized singer. He's got a voice, you know. You love it or you hate it. I don't hate it, but it's an acquired thing for some people.
The only thing I can add to this, because noise music or whatever this genre may or may not be called, it's beautiful. They definitely have an appeal of their own. It's not mine, but it's something.
Chaos.
But it reminds me. The only thing that I can add is that the Beatles had a song called Only a Northern Song or something like that, or just another Northern Song. And that was just trash noise. And the entire thing was like, you're going to buy this anyway, even though this sounds like a bunch of sounds because we're famous.
Yeah.
This is what everything that I ever hear like this reminds me of. And I don't know exactly why, because, yeah.
This band actually in this genre, in the people who are kind of in the circle of music that tends to find their way here, are actually like, they're kind of a new project that a lot of people are kind of excited about. It's been a cool 2 albums so far for them, but yeah, they're really different is what, like, occasionally that's what music is about for me, because how do you exemplify chaos, disorder? Like, how do you make these odd sounds and how do you make them interesting? How do you do something that's never done before? And this is a band that does that very well, and they all have excellent musicianship, and they're just this new band of they seem young people who have just been a like very pleasant surprise in kind of the art noisy music scene. There's a couple really good bands like that are not dissimilar. Yeah, a lot of this music is pretty big.
I can like there's the tune is stuck in my head right now, so I can definitely see this becoming an earworm I might have to dig up.
I'm just hearing diddle-a-dip from the fucking saxophone in the corner. That's it. That's all I've got stuck.
Yep. It's fun. That one was very loopable for me. When that song came out, I was like, yes, it's intense. I was excited the whole way through. And now the live version is different a little bit. It's not so terribly different that I wasn't going to show it to you as a good example of this song, but there's a lot of different production things that happen during the silences that they kind of jazz up here, and just kind of do random, like, you know, noises on their instruments. Whereas in the production version, there's like some weird effect that's happening that they just didn't do live. So the album version definitely kind of leans into that kind of maddening chaos a bit with the production and the effects and stuff.
Since this is live, I actually wonder if they had an audience in there.
I listen to a lot of things that are in kind of these closed studio sessions. Audio Tree Live does a lot of very good ones. KEXP does a lot of very good ones, and artists come to these places to record kind of without an audience and capture it for these internet sessions. Hearing them live in a context of like good quality is very cool. And I'm glad that there's a place for that, because I love listening to live music on the internet. But a lot of times it's on a cell phone. Someone's recording it from their cell phone.
Yeah. It's not quite the same, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I can still be impressed and all at what I'm seeing and hearing, but it really is a cool thing.
All right. Well, thank you for that. I still unfortunately have that weird bit of the sax stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right. Cassie, you're next.
Okay. Next one is from my time when I was really into medieval music, medieval influenced music. This one is called Locked Within the Crystal Ball from Blackmore's Night. It was a It was a tie between The Storm and Locked Within the Crystal Ball. And listening back to them yesterday, I realized I looped this one probably a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know, 2 times more.
just a little 2 times.
Yeah. It was a very tight thingy. So yeah, it's almost 8 minutes long, so I'm giving you a countdown.
Oh boy. All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Something interesting about the band, it's the main guitarist is Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple.
Oh, okay.
He has some cool solos in a lot of these tracks. Like, he had a really good one in The Storm. I think he has one in this one. I don't remember.
All right. This is unfair. It's hitting a weak point of mine, which is duet, soft-spoken female.
Duet?
Yeah, like 2 women
Oh, this
underneath
is
each
just
other.
one woman.
No.
This is Candice Knight. She has maybe background core, but it's just her.
She has some kind of...
Yeah, okay.
She has a background.
It might be her. She might be singing the harmony to it, though. It might be what you're hearing.
There's
But
somebody...
not at the same time. That's not how harmonies work.
No. Separately sung, but
She was born
Very easily
a
be the
freak
same
of nature
person.
with 2 vocal cords.
what we
She's
do, in theory, right? I'm not wrong in this. We're supposed to have 2 vocal cords. We just only use one.
No, yeah.
What?
I don't think it works like that, but yeah.
So I actually went to the live show of this, and this one was the opener. And I remember sitting there in the audience, and they had like a screen in the back where they showed the title image with this ship flying towards the moon. And it was animated then, and I felt that it was a very intense experience at the time set to this music.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the live recordings aren't so good of this track, or else I would have gotten one of those out.
It was what we were talking about earlier. Like, sometimes being there for a live recording is amazing, but then you listen back to it, even if it's professionally recorded, it's not as good. It's just missing it.
Yeah. It also almost often feels like the live recordings are a little bit off tune or something. Like, at least compared to the studio recordings, you're like, something isn't right here. Something feels off.
I think that's the intense tuning that audio engineers do. They make sure you're never off key, you're never off beat, you're always 100%. And
yeah, maybe. On the studio recordings, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying in the studio recordings that, like, then you listen to the natural version where a person can't exactly keep up always. And you're like, why is he off beat? It's like, it's natural.
So the thing I liked about this track is that it had like a lot of very positive energy. Like, and if you listen back to the lyrics, it's like about how there's a lot of like since it's called Locked Within the Crystal Ball, it's a lot about like gypsy life, fortune telling, stuff like that, like supernatural stuff. But also there's like look into nature and you will find a lot of energies there. You don't need to look just in the crystal ball that you're looking into. Like, look beyond that kind of stuff. That's so. Like I
have the lyrics open because I'm finding it a little difficult to hear them.
Yeah.
They're really good lyrics.
This was one of the solos from Richie Blackmore. I watched a little live recording yesterday, and he was just standing there with two guitars on top of each other. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Rocking out with both his guitars.
Oh, that's
he has the most insane guitars. Like, at some point he took a guitar out that had like 3. What are those called? The things?
Just heads.
Necks.
Heads, yeah, 3 of them. And I was like,
necks.
what the fuck are you doing? You only have 2 hands. Calm down. He's secretly one of those girls from Elfenlied with the invisible arms.
If you didn't get that joke, go back to our top 3 animes or something?
We didn't have top 3 animes yet, and I hope it wasn't top 3 children movies, children series that you
I'm
watched.
pretty sure I talked about
I have
Evangelion
like
at some point.
2 animes, Aethel, and you
think so.
introduced me to one of them, and the other one you think is Trash Fire.
I do remember it coming up at some point,
Yeah.
but I don't remember in what context.
It just sucks because like Cassie listens to like such like pumped up stuff, such positive energy stuff.
I like
Mine
positive
had
energy.
positive energy.
And here I have do what?
You have what, Aethel?
Mine had positive energy.
Yours,
had drugs.
yours had some energy about it. there was some energy there.
Yeah, my last track is also going to have positive energy.
See, I restrained myself because all my songs I've on loop recently are super sad, so I throw one in vaguely. Some energy.
I do have tracks that make me feel very sad or like melancholic or what's the other word? Nostalgic.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy feeling that way, so I like to have music that just hypes me up, that gives me energy.
That's fair, but I also look for like things that are disordinate and loud and scary because that's if I'm trying to exemplify like anxiety because I deal with it a lot. How do I do that? Noise. So I'm looking for noise. I'm looking for those things. I'm not looking for like like a positive thing.
Damn it, we just need to write more podcast shit that's happy, Neil.
Yeah. Let's make a
Rather
happy
dark
one.
and
V.
foreboding.
Let's do a happy one.
You did Taylor's theme, and that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
It's very
If
nice.
we do a
No, not the next song.
podcast where nothing bad ever happens, everything always goes right.
Everything happens. There's no story or drama. There's nothing. It's just motivational speaking. That's all we do.
What's it called? Slice of life? It's just happy.
Yeah.
It's just
A
nice.
slice of life is not happy.
Slice of
No,
life is always
it's
happy
in our
and
lives,
comfy.
Aethel.
It's comfy.
No.
All right.
No, that was fun.
All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate the undertone of like old school metal, what used to be called metal and is now rock or something. I don't know how things are defined anymore. I like it.
Don't at us.
Don't at us.
We don't know what genres are. This makes us feel a thing,
Did you
okay?
hear the thing I showed you? Just don't. Just stop. Don't want to talk about genres.
It has an epic feel and an epic story to it. Like, that's what I get off of this, and I like that. There's a couple of songs that have this kind of it feels like a story into itself. And that's what I get out of this.
Oh yeah, that's like one thing I really enjoy about the whole medieval music type genre. Like there are so many bands, like probably more than 50 bands that dedicate themselves to that kind of genre, and like every track has their own little story. It's like almost like a fairy tale, but like often like with a modern twist or like with a more introspectional twist. Unlike like if you just I don't know sung something like the Canterbury Tales or something. I don't know, most people wouldn't get anything out of it, so most of them are like kind of translated so people of this age would understand it. And I really enjoy that they have like little stories in them. Like that's something I probably need because I don't connect to emotions too well. I connect to stories more.
The
like,
songs are adventurous, if I may phrase it like that.
So
Yeah, they are.
Cassie,
Yeah, sorry.
the thing that
What?
I showed you didn't scare you a little?
Which one?
Just curious.
Which one?
Just wondering if the thing I showed you did its job. The second
The first one? No, the
jazzy,
second?
loud one.
No, that
Yeah.
didn't scare me.
Okay. Well,
Was it supposed to scare me?
Neil will
Sorry.
continue his quest to terrify us with
I'll-
Top
I'll
10
find-
jump scares.
I'll find something that scares Cassie.
Putting it on his to-do list.
Makes
That's like our next theme. Top 3 things that you think will scare Cassie.
lightning round. Well,
I want to make
thank you for
Cassie
that.
scared with sounds
No, why would you?
because
No.
apparently it's not possible.
There was one track from my first band, Heilung, that I showed to Travis, and he was like, "Holy shit, that's super scary!" And I'm like, "What? That's beautiful."
This is so beautiful. What's wrong with you?
What's this? What? You find this scary? What? This?
All right. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot, actually. All right, so I have a song. So I used to be really into Linkin Park as well.
Yes.
That was also something I was massively into. However, I, for the longest time, was an absolute snob when it came to music, and I only ever wanted to listen to originals. And then I found YouTube. And I found people who
Everything
did
went
fucking,
downhill.
yeah. And I found people who made amazing covers. And it started off with not the person who is covering this song, Caleb Hayes, Hiles, or however you pronounce his name, but a guy named Jonathan Young, and he did a cover of Prince Ali. Prince. I think it was Prince Ali. No, shit.
From Aladdin?
Yeah, from Aladdin. It's like one step ahead of the prison guards. I can't remember what it is. And I found that song, and I found covers for all of the characters in the podcast that shall not be named. And Jonathan, what's his face, was my way into this. And because of him, I found Caleb Hayes. And then a few years later, after the lead singer from Linkin Park died, I think it was him that passed away, a bunch of people did a bunch of tributes, and this is my favourite cover of the song. It's called Numb. I love it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hey, Mew Yui. I don't know how the fuck I say that. He does.
Yes.
They do free horror like backing tracks. They're public domain from his point of view.
Yeah, the pair of them worked on this song. It's Caleb who's singing, and I think it's mostly Mayushi who's doing some of the musics.
Myoyi. So, you sent me this a long, long time ago.
I did.
And I looked up so if you've clicked on the video, you can see a very dramatic anime scene or manga scene. And I looked it up, and I still haven't read it, but I definitely intend to read it. The picture's very intense.
It's just a different take that this song is, and the way this is performed, and it's sung with such emotion in it. It really caught me. And yeah. It was a choice between this or Breaking the Habit, which is done by Jonathan Young. And I'm like, I couldn't decide which one. But generally in the car, I think I sang this more on my way to and from work.
I remember you sang this live on stream at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually. I think I did this. I think we did the actual Linkin Park version.
I love solo piano stuff.
Yep. As Neil knows, I love piano. And also just basically there's a piano in here. That little breath at the end. I don't know what it is. That just seals this entire thing for me. Yep. It's just something in that like emotion he sings it with that just, I don't know, it really connects to me at the right time. I like it.
Yeah, that was a good cover.
I like the original. I like this one better. I've become less of a snob in my old age. Only the originals would do. What is this cover? What is this rock and roll shit? No, I appreciate this a lot.
My first concert was Linkin Park. So that was fun. Yeah. My mom really liked Linkin Park.
Show off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Europeans over here just going like, good. Oh, we could have seen Linkin Park maybe once.
My
pretty sure they've been on
the Cause, and I was 15.
Times. But I totally get what you mean about the like a little breath at the end, like sealing the deal. Like there is so much power in just a little breath, I remember there was a track from Omnia that is called The Raven. Basically, they're reciting the entire Edgar Allan Poe poem, and at the end, you hear very subtly the guy just like the one that presented that narrated the thing, just crying, and you just hear him breathe, and it's like it's very powerful. Just like there's so much power in a little breath. I really love that. That's one thing I really also try to work with when I'm cutting audio drama. There is so much power in just tiny little vocalizations.
Yeah, it's sometimes just that little catch in the breath.
Yeah.
Like, especially if there's been like a really emotional thing, because that can convey sometimes more than the words that are being said.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult in audio to get facial expressions, which sometimes can be everything, or like the way that an eye moves when they're looking at someone. Like, you can't replicate that in audio drama. So I mentioned that mostly because I can see my eye floating out like a really bad lazy eye right now. But in audio, that's what you have to work with. And yeah, that little catch right there at the end reminds you that there's a human on the other side of that. When it will just robots and cut out all your breasts. Stop it. Stop cutting out all the breasts in audio dramas, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Super quick, super easy.
I like Linkin Park, so I like this song.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like this. I like a lot of Linkin Park. I also really love Breaking the Habit, and I really love the cover version of that, but I decided to stick to one band, one song per band. And yes, technically this is a cover. I could pick the other song as well, but nope, I'm sticking to it. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Ethel, what have you got?
Okay.
I swear to God, if it's more Pac-Man, I quit.
It's not more Pac-Man. There's a band out there called I Fight Dragons. They are what's called a chiptune band. And I fell absolutely head over heels in love with chiptune music back in like 2012, I would say. All the way, like maybe probably closer to 2010, all the way to like 2018, I would say, when I moved away from that and just started doing whatever. And then I listened to Pac-Man for 5 days. And there's this one song that... So when I was listening to this song, I was listening to it while I was working, and I had like a button I had double click to make the song go back. And this song, I kept double clicking that button. I kept double clicking this button. And in my mind, I have created the entire story of the song. I can visualize from the first note to the last note exactly what would be happening in the theoretical music video for this song. I don't know why. This song just sticks in my brain, and I'll maybe be able to explain it when it's playing. But this song means a weird amount to me. So if I just posted the song, I was a little bit late on that one. I should have done that a little earlier.
Hey,
no age. To wait for my ads to do the thing.
Yeah.
No age verification. Whoop whoop.
Yay! Good job, Ethel.
No more horny music. All right. You fuckers ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play.
What's the song called? You never said.
Oh, this is Just Decide by I Fight Dragons. So, in this scene, there's a man standing on a beach, and he's taking his shoes off, and he's leaving behind work stuff, like a suitcase. And at this point, he would start walking deeper into the water. I don't know why, it's in my head, and this sentence. So, for some reason, this song signifies suicidal contemplation at the end of a workday. At the end of suicidal contemplations at the end of a really long work week or a work day or work month or work year.
Mm-hmm.
This is being completely burnt out by the thing you do day in and day out, and considering just throwing it all away. I don't know why. This song just means that to me. And this is the part that means making the choice yourself. Stop going to work because you need to go to work. Do the things you want to do. Take that step before it's taken for you. And at this point, the chorus means the exact opposite. At the beginning, he was deciding to end it all, and now he's looking forward and he's feeling strong to make it better. It's a nice day for a swim. At the end, he looks back at this madness that went through. It's just like, oh, I went for a swim. Like, this didn't happen, this journey. Tomorrow I'm going to be a better man. Tomorrow I'm going to do what I want to do. Because today I went for a swim and I changed my mind. I don't know. This song, absolutely, I played it again and again and again. Loopable, no. This is not a song that repeats itself well. But it just genuinely... I've never been prone to depression or anything like that, so I don't identify with the context that I have given the song very much. But I still somehow, it's there. It's in my brain and it's permanently lodged in my brain. I go back to this song probably once a month. Minimum. Just play it again. I love it. If you enjoyed the kind of weird video gamey sounds in the background, I Fight Dragon makes a lot of really hyper fun songs, and I highly recommend them. They have a song called Kaboom. They have a song called Sorcery, which is fucking fantastic. They have their own version of what's it called? Money?
No. Power of Love.
The Power of Love. They did that cover of Power of Love, which is just fucking fantastic.
It is a baller cover.
Yeah.
And I was very specific memory tied into that, but I'm not sharing that. But that was, yep.
So, yeah. Highly recommend I Fight Dragons. And this song is just, if I had Spotify back in 2010, this song would probably be very, very close to the fucking top of songs.
I'm so annoyed. I was going to use Spotify to detect the most played songs I had recently. I can't find that fucking playlist. It just tells you how often the song has been played. I'm like, I can just take top 3, I can walk away. No, I had to do my own fucking work. I hated it.
Yeah, that's me.
Nice. That's a good song.
Thank you.
It had like an emotional arc in there.
Yeah.
That's at least what I've given that song. Definitely.
No, but I can see it. Hear it.
I don't think your vision for the music video, like, because the video that they release is just the static image, which is what they have for like all of their everything from that album, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everything for that album.
Yeah, for that album is just like that 8-bit looking front cover of a city. But yeah, like your description of what would be there is spot on, was what you'd expect to see. Like if this was a live action or even animated, like that's the story that they're supposed to tell, and it's very vivid there.
There's a lot of stuff I couldn't get out because I didn't want to talk over the lyrics. When he's the get over part, I imagine bubbles with memories inside of them. Like he gives out like one of his last like lungs, like breaths of air, and then the bubbles go up and they're full of memories, and he chases the memories up to the surface. I don't know. I have this song completely figured out in my head. In my head, I have figured out. I bet your ass, like the fucking maker of the song, he hears me talk about this. He's like, "Fuck is this guy talking about?"
They were fucking like, like the dinosaur from Toy Story. It's just like crushing buildings as it goes along, and then it turns around and is like, "Wait, my arms are ginormous." Grrr. Like that's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. It's a song about dinosaurs. Just get over that whole meteor thing.
Get over it, dinosaurs.
Well, thank you for sharing that. All our definitions of a loopable are vaguely different, and I like that. Appreciate that they're all different. And this is not as bad as your last one. The last one was terrible. This one is good.
Last one was fantastic. I can listen to it for hours.
I know.
That's
it's 5
upsetting.
days, in fact.
And the fact that I had to dig it up means that I'm probably going to listen to it again now.
Oh, no.
Speed run. What do y'all want? What do y'all want for your last one?
Okay, what are you offering us, Neil?
I could try to
Boners.
scare Cassie.
Boners!
I could try
Bonus!
to scare Cassie,
the
though.
lack of boners.
I could
Bonus!
try to scare Cassie, though. Oh.
You're not going to scare Cassie. I think me and Cassie are very much in the same boat of like emotional songs. Like we can resonate with them, but not on like in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it's never going to work.
It's not.
It just works.
That depends on
like that's not.
if his track is like emotional or if it's a horror track because he wants to scare me.
No, it's kind of horror themed. It is.
Is it an emotional horror track?
No, it's
If your emotion is then perhaps.
It isn't currently, but I'm willing to keep an open mind.
All right. So I made the mistake before we started recording because they had mentioned meaningful lyrics. I said that I had literally like been on the fence about whether I was going to show this song to you because this band, I like a lot of this band. It all sounds kind of like this in the sense that it's all very noise oriented. I like it a lot, but I was listening to a live version of this band. I was listening to this band live for the first time, and I was like driving, and I had YouTube going. I wasn't watching it, I was just listening to the audio. But this song came on after the song that I was listening to, and I left it going because I was driving, and it was just very exciting. The song was very exciting. And I didn't know that he was yelling about his wiener, but the song is about him yelling his wiener. And so here is someone in Iceland yelling at his wiener. They're not from Iceland. I think they're from...
I was about to say.
This concert, though, I would have loved to have been there. Black Midi was there, the second band that I showed you, off of their first album. Fontaine's DC, which is a band that I could just fill my honorable mentions with. It was also there. A lot of good bands that I listened to played this one show, and it happened before I knew any of them, unfortunately. But
shit. I lived next to Kex Hostel in Reykjavik when I lived in Reykjavik.
See?
We did?
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
ready?
ready.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I'm good.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, that's Kex Hotel. I know exactly where that is. That is the bar I said goodbye to my cousin before she went to India to be like a nurse without borders.
So here I am driving to Waterburger. Noise rock.
Yes.
It's catchy.
I'm also going to include a link to the fucking lyrics.
I know. B's got
hilarious.
the lyrics. They're good.
I barely understand the guy.
It's probably the best, Cassie.
I'll put a link in our group chat. Hang on.
I didn't either the first time I heard it. I was just like, yeah, I want to hear that again. Oh. All of their songs are pretty wild, lyrically, thematically. But it's fun.
I can only imagine that this is the rage that you might have in that certain situation.
Right?
It sounds like it's more about whiskey dick than about just erectile dysfunction.
Sorry, whiskey dick.
Yeah, it's like a well, I wouldn't say it's a common known problem. It is a known
that
problem.
bass, though.
He sounds so fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And then the guitar player's just gonna make scary noise. Yeah.
Cut it out with the alcohol, then maybe you won't have a pathetic phallus
Whiskey
anymore.
dick.
When you're just driving to Waterburger and you're not paying attention to the lyrics, you could listen to this song 20 more times easy. It's fun.
I think you're right. This is definitely more whiskey dick. Just the tone and the feel in this. It's like, oh man, that's enough. I'm done.
That band has a lot of good songs. They're all weird. They're all catchy. They're all very good. I like them.
He also gives
I
like
love
the
it.
impression of a drunk person.
Yeah. That was, thank you for that. We asked for that and you delivered. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to have shared that particular song
I need someone to read the lyrics in a very very serious poker face manner.
I just I love that.
I feel like I would be the wrong person since I lack a penis.
They do it on Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Where
Oh yeah, they get Jon Snow
yes,
or Charles. What's his face? Yeah,
they get
Charles Dance.
the father of the crazy twins.
Yeah, Charles Dance. Yeah, that's the one.
He reads lyrics from like pop music, but he does it in like this kind of Shakespearean way.
He reads from people's autobiographies as well, and it's the funniest shit.
Right, he read like Fergie's.
Yeah, Charles.
Mhm.
Yeah, Charles Dance does the autobiographies, and Jon Snow, who is the Channel 4 newsreader, he does the pop lyrics delivered as a news item.
That would be
So
fantastic.
So good. Well, thank you, Neil. We asked for that.
You're welcome, I think.
We wanted to know more about you, and now we know more than we wanted to know.
That was a great trip to Whataburger because I discovered that song. I discovered the live version of it first, and I liked a lot. I like a lot of things about that band because the grooves are there and they're good and they're noisy and they're loud and they're aggressive, and the noise between the bass and guitar is good and I like it. And it's anxiety
I'm gonna ask then.
inducing, panic inducing sounding, and it's tense, and it's all that way, and it's great.
When did you find out about the lyrics? Was it while you were at Whataburger? You were just like casually ordering, "Hey, can I have a burger?" Pathetic palace. Oh wait.
Pathetic fella.
No, I mean, it was about that part that I was like, okay, I know what this is. And so, like, when I get home and I'm listening to the song over or however, this is loopable stuff, right? That's the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not long. I wasn't like I wasn't listening this for a long time without knowing. I think it's a fun song.
Not long and also limp.
Almost.
The lyrics
Almost.
to a lot of their other songs are almost equally as wild, but just the noise is also cool.
Unlike your other songs, this song was not hard to listen to.
But
Hey! Name of the episode.
This was not hard to listen to with capital letters.
try not to be hard on yourself. I said I'm not hard. I love that line. God damn it.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's gold. Love it.
All right, Cassie, what have you got?
Mine is actually German, and yesterday I took the time and translated the lyrics, so I'm going to post them right after this. It is a song called Wenn ich tot bin, which translates to When I'm Dead, and it's a very upbeat track, and it was often attributed to the wrong band in the medieval music fan base because it kind of sounds like it belongs to one of the bands that is in that genre, but it's not actually one of those. It's much older. It's like from let me see. Does it? Nope. I think it's from the early 90s when they released this track. But yeah, a lot of people from that medieval medieval music fan base, often say, if I die, I want this music to be played at my funeral. And I agree.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh,
And I'm going to-
hot.
I'm going to post the lyrics in the chat right now.
Oh shit! I know this song. Why do I know this song?
Wacken?
Maybe.
Aether, you might have known it from maybe they sang it at Wacken.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
Because there's a lot of crossover between the metalheads and the medieval music fan base. And as I say, this is a track that often gets attributed to a different band.
Yeah.
So it is very well known here. And a lot of people just randomly burst out into singing that for no reason at live shows.
Yeah, like I've definitely heard this song before, and my friend is a big metalhead. I went to Wacken with him, and he definitely may have played this for me at some point.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I didn't say that at the top of the episode. The track doesn't just mean when I'm dead. The whole chorus is when I'm dead, I want you to dance.
You must dance. It's the
it's hard to translate. It's like either I want you to dance or you must dance.
Bold violin, I approve, or fiddle.
Yeah, I love violin.
Sound good.
I bring a lot of positive tracks to this table today.
You do. I'm really sad because I'm about to tank it.
Oh no!
I'm about to tank this good feeling.
We can shuffle it around in post.
We were getting hard. Now we're hard and I'm about to tank the whole fucking thing.
Wenn ich tot bin, dann sollst du tanzen, tanzen. If you read along with the lyrics, it's a lot about like making the best use out of the time on Earth that you have, and give no fucks about the fact that you will die one day. Just go out there and do it. Just enjoy life.
Yeah. I like this line roughly in the middle-ish before the second set of chorus, which is no one should complain today. And instead, there's something new until the Reaper asks for the last dance. Like, yes, this is energy. So, we were chatting in our group chat about like whether you should translate the song that you had, and I was like, it's not necessary, but I'm glad that you did because that is baller. But yes, like for me, like I wasn't reading along with the lines so much. I just skimmed it through with just when we were finishing out. But if I know the gist of something, I will just happily beat along with whatever that feels like. And that was definitely this. It also helps that I recognized a lot of words. I recognized a lot more words than I remembered from German.
Yay! We're almost fluent. Yay!
No, very far from it. You're skilling me. I understand a lot more than I speak in most situations. But this, I like this. This was fun.
Yeah.
This was full of energy. I can see why it's like a festival hit or something that gets super sung a lot in certain places.
The band actually disbanded long before medieval bands became a thing here in Germany. But I'm not sure if they disbanded or like reformed. They do have a YouTube channel for some reason, but they don't do this kind of music anymore. But it precedes like the medieval music genre in Germany, and yet it still gets sung every medieval music festival, and there are a lot of them in Germany actually.
Blimey.
Like where I used to be, where I used to live, there were like 3 each year, and apparently there are similar ones, like at least 5 each year up here too. I've never gone though because I don't like going alone to such things. But they exist. I always see the posters everywhere. I'm like, oh, look, it's another medieval music festival. Yay!
We only have them, we don't have medieval music fairs, but whenever we have like Renaissance fairs or anything like that, that's the only time that we really get this music. Apart from around, I don't remember what the festival is, but it's very, very shortly after New Year's Day. They'll have like out at the local area, like Middle Farm, which is very close to where I live. They used to have like the drumming circles and the music and like the nighttime procession with fire. Like that is the only time that we ever heard this kind of music or at Renaissance fairs, and that was more like here's 1 hour of music and we're done. Like,
no,
and then walk away. That's it. And I was like, because there is something just. It makes much better about hearing this live, but I like that. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Fun fact about medieval music, like one of the bands is from the area where I was from, and like we have a lot of historical bridges, and I heard tale, I've never seen it happen, but I know that one of the members of one of the bands often went onto one of those bridges in a kilt and just played bagpipes for no reason, just on the street.
That is a choice.
And he often stood on the wall, and he wore Celtic underwear.
Yep, as you should, if you're wearing a kilt.
So it was a sight for everyone, especially those people under the bridge.
A sight to behold.
Well, that that's cool. Thank you. All right. Who's up next?
You
Is it
are.
me?
You're gonna bring the mood down.
me.
Yay.
I am. I'm gonna
All
tank
right,
the
B.
mood, and I'm.
All right.
Cassie
How am I
followed
gonna
up Wiener Song pretty well. Your turn.
Let's see how quickly I can make you guys unhard.
Oh,
Like this.
unhard.
Oh, no.
Don't unhard my hard. I worked hard on this hard.
All right. There's
This hard was
a
hard
long
work.
version and there is a short version, and I prefer the extended version. But I'm not going to talk to you with a 9-minute song.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
find the one that's a lot less. Hang on.
Free bird.
No. It's the 10-hour extended cut of a Rickroll.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
It's Nyan Cat.
Yeah.
It's Yuki Yuki
No.
song.
No, it's not.
All right. What the hell is this?
Abstract.
Oh, you'll recognize it. I played it a lot.
Okay.
Around the house. It's a song called Without You by Ursine Volpine, and I'm 99% sure. I don't know. This might be a cover. I'm not sure. That's my honest answer. I don't know. I feel like it is. It might not be. I'm so sorry if it isn't. But I love this song. So yeah, I'm gonna play because it's like I gave you the 3-minute shorter version, so it's only 4 minutes and 40. And then I'll talk over it. So 3, 2, 1, play. So I really like piano. Which immediately captured my attention. And she has an absolutely beautiful voice. You recognize it now?
Yeah, you like singing this song around the house.
Yeah. So there's 3 songs of theirs. I think they're all in the same album. It's Lover's Death, Without You, and a cover of Wicked Game, which is also on my honorable mention. And she and the lady who is singing with her just have such power in their voice, and they change the song a lot, at least Wicked Game. But this I love, and I found this song probably just under a year ago. I think probably just under a year ago, and the song resonates with me a lot reading the lyrics. I've mentioned this before, I clearly have an issue that I don't survive very well on my own, even though I don't like a lot of people around me. But I was writing something in particular I was prepping something particular for TLD, and this reminded me of 2 characters and a scene that eventually will be coming up for them.
So it hasn't come out yet. For us.
Nope, it's not even been recorded yet.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. This is like second to last episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about that in there. And I don't know, it's just really emotional. And the extended version basically makes the intro longer, which means there's more piano, which I love. I'm a sucker for solo piano stuff.
You're a glutton.
I also like the subtle way that the song builds. Because when it gets to the end, it's worth. There you go. That's basically it.
Wow, that was good.
Yep.
Very close to the end, they do this like kind of deep explosion sound in the back just before it gets kind of quiet.
Mhm.
Mic drop.
That's yeah. There's like this like it genuinely sounds like an underwater explosion kind of without the water effect. Like this just kind of subdued bassy sound.
Yeah. Like the reason that for me this is on a loop, and it generally was on a loop for ages. Like I'm probably attest to how often I was singing the same song. In a fucking
Fantastic
row.
song.
It's just the way that the music changes over time and it builds. Like again, I have a problem with things being perfectly repeatable, like a one loop. I can't deal with that. But this changes so much over that time. The extended version makes the piano bits a little bit longer on both ends, actually. And I just like the way it builds. I like the way it becomes super fucking epic just towards the end. Like with those goddamn like instruments added in, like and a bunch of like violins and shit going off. And then the end it's just like drop. Like this is the crux of what she's trying to sing or what she's trying to say. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have much more to say on that, except I love her voice, and almost every song that was on my repeat lists, I could have filled with 3 top 3s of hers, like, just from even that one album, and I haven't gotten that much far into the other albums because I keep playing these 3 fucking same songs in a row. This one, Wicked Game, and Lover's Death, and Lover's Death again has a bit of a different resonance for me, but I'm not going into that too much. But yeah, that's my song. That's it. Told you I'd bring the mood down. Nailed it.
Not much to be said. It's just a very powerful, very impressive song. A strange song to loop, if I may say so, coming from this.
I think it's because it starts out fairly straightforward for me. It's piano. I'm a sucker for piano, and it starts, and then you can hit such an emotional high in there, and then just it gives you a chance to drop down and just return back to kind of melody. And because it's so different across the whole song, I can just loop the thing for like fucking ages. I had it on repeat while I was writing like some scenes and some writing up. Like I love it. It's either that or the other thing I prepped to is Hamilton, and that's not quite the same. Maybe when we get to like musicals and shit, I might put that in there, but that's not one song that I loop. So
yeah.
Okay, that's it. All right, Ethel.
All right. Not really an honorable mention, more just it was such a fucking debate I have to mention it. Green Day, Macy's Day Parade. I just have to put it out there. I don't know why. It's been on almost every MP3 player I had back when we had MP3 players and not just our phones.
The good old days.
And it was always at the front. So it's a song I've probably listened to thousands of times just because it was the first song on the MP3 player. Just want to mention it. So the real song I'm picking, it was a little bit of a debate between 2 songs that mean the same thing, really. I've talked about it probably before on the podcast. It's Þjóðhátíð, the Icelandic festival where we have Independence Festival in Vestmannaeyjar, which is basically just a giant party. It has a whole history to it. Every year, there's a song written for Þjóðhátíð, which is just a Þjóðhátíð song. And the first one I remember just becoming an absolute earworm was Lífið yndislegt, or The Life is Wonderful. And it's just a fantastic song about just loving life and just going to the valley is fantastic. The people in the valley are fantastic. Everything's fantastic. You love it. Life's fantastic. So fine, like a outstanding song. But it had been, 2001 it's released? Yeah. It had basically been played in every single Þjóðhátíð since 2001 until 2012 when it got upstaged by the most unlikely song. Everybody, when they heard this song for the first time, hated it. This is supposed to be a festival song. This is supposed to be a song we sing, and it's supposed to be fun and energetic. Every song had been like fun and energetic, like kind of party songs until then. Everybody hated it. But then everybody kind of softened to it just before Þjóðhátíð came up. Everybody was like, okay, it is kind of catchy. It is kind of good. And it wasn't until the guy was singing it on the stage. This is before, I think, they concreted everything. So you have the entire valley is just green. There are like containers that are stacked to make the stage. It's all very simple. Everything's very just normal. Yet you have somewhere in the ballpark of 3,000 to 5,000 people lining the valley, the grassy hill. And they start playing the song. And it's at that moment everybody realized we're not supposed to be singing the song. We are the chorus. The valley is the chorus. We, the people, are the chorus. And that's what gave this song the power. The main lyrics are sung by somebody who is trained and knows how to do it. The chorus is for us. And I'll post the link to it and an Icelandic translation of the song. There you go. Here's the song.
Was this a live video?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's the video is like of Þjóðhátíð, but the recording is a studio.
And here's the lyrics in English.
Could you also put them in Icelandic?
Yeah, sure.
Because I probably know them in Icelandic.
1 second.
I never hear anything except in Icelandic. I don't. This might mean nothing to me.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. So the video is just scenes from Þjóðhátíð. And this is the part where the chorus is supposed to come in. 5,000 people screaming this.
It is unreal. Like, the only theatre I've been to, the only one that's run since I've been here.
Yeah.
Thank you, COVID. This is unreal, listening to, like, thousands of Icelanders singing this. Unreal.
So nobody liked this song to start with because it sounds like a chorus. It isn't a party song.
Yeah, I imagine your first one was a party song, and this one's more like one of those kind of melancholy graduating high school feel good, but like sad, weird, nostalgic songs. It's like that kind of party. Celebration party. We're here making memories and also feeling nostalgic about them already.
Yeah,
That's
we're
the
like
vibe.
this is the you're gonna start crying song.
Yeah.
You know, you just have those in like prom parties, whatever it is. Like you have that one song that will get you crying. Like this is that. Unreal.
So remember, the other song had been king for 11 years when it gets like removed by this song.
Yeah. Everyone was real used to the good party. This is good though. I like the low brass in the beginning and the brass right now, but the low brass in the beginning was really cool.
You bet your ass, by the way, at this point, most dudes are standing and screaming their lungs out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics aren't anything genius. The lyrics aren't complicated. It's just powerful. That's all it is.
Such a weird ending, though.
Yep. Because there isn't deathly quiet in the fucking valley when this song is done.
No.
When this song is done, people scream, people yell. Like, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, you don't hear the end of this song, but when you're hearing it like this, you hear the end of the song like, it's kind of strange. Nope, you don't fucking hear it. It's unreal, guys. Like,
it's so fucking good. And just an honorable mention to the most recent Theotia song, that the first Theotia that got cancelled. Just because I love the weird, poetic weirdness to the song. The song is called Thank You. And in the song, the guy says, if this is the last festival I come to, I still want to thank all of you. And the festival got cancelled. And it's just, that song hits so weirdly after everything got cancelled around COVID. You were just like, oh, God, wait, are we all going to die? Is this song poetic? Oh,
God, who wrote this song? Stop it. Yeah, it was... I do enjoy Tag for It. Like, it's a good song. I like it. But this one, yeah, definitely something in the chest when there are just thousands of people just screaming and singing that song.
I like that one, and I can see how it can be big.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Definitely a neat song, but I can definitely see that if you had like a pumped up party song before, there is a transition there.
Oh, and like I want to
That's a
remind
slow
you.
build. The song itself is a build. The whole song is a crescendo. It doesn't start out as a party, does it?
No.
Nope.
I want to remind you, we do a new song every year. Leave That In, like Life is Wonderful. It had just basically dethroned every song that came after it. Like every song came after it, it was played for one filthy and never would play it again. And Leave It In, Life is Fantastic was always played constantly. It and then randomly this song came and just like, no. We're majestic now. We're powerful now. Meanwhile, the theology was getting drunker and sloppier every fucking year. Like, it's so fucking weird that this song would replace it. Like, it's crisscross. Like, we should be having the party song now, but no, powerful
when
song
you
now.
started talking about this, you started talking about this and everything like this was like a national anthem-y type thing. And I kept having to remind myself that this was like a celebration song thing that's written. And I was like, hey, Thor, I didn't come here with the national anthem to show you.
Aethos Most Loopable Song is the Icelandic national anthem.
This song, since 2012, I hear this song about 50 times a year. So
Yep.
I would say it's in my top loop. It's not 5 days in a row, but it's a good song. You hear it a lot around Theoteeth.
Yeah, like the radio here is just Theoteeth songs. It's cool. I don't understand half of them, but I like it. Although I did appreciate that I managed to pick up the Puffin song that the clan that turned up to your brother's party, whatever it
the
was.
Zero Sprite clan or whatever.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That weird puffin song was for the LT
Yeah.
take, right?
I don't think it was a Theotia song, but it's basically my family treated it as such. My family
Right.
loves that weird ass band.
Fucking strange.
All right.
I guess that's our 4 top 3s.
What?
That's it. Yeah. We did it, guys.
That
We
was-
did it.
That was a journey.
Despite all the difficulties, technical and otherwise.
Technical and otherwise. All right. So we can do a real quick speed round of honorable mentions because I have a fuck ton of them, and at least some of them I have to say.
All right.
All right, Kessie, speed round.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do one of my honorable mentions, and that is Sasfas from Fuimadan, and that is because it was the second track that when I started working with Fuimadan, it was the second track he ever sent me, and it was inspired by a script I sent him when we were just getting to know each other, and so basically we inspired each other. That was the point when I stopped listening to other music, and I just, because I want to support him, started since 2018 almost exclusively listen to his songs. And it started with that track. And now it's the Counterbalance theme. Yay!
Fuck yeah. It's a good song.
Art inspiring art. Kessie, you do that. You inspire art things
I love art.
with your art. Yeah. Your art inspired directly a storyline in TLD. So yes, I understand how that happened. A lot. Okay, if that's it, Aethel.
No, you first.
Oh shit. I have Lullaby by Chester C. I love that song. Way Down We Go and Basically Anything by Kaleo. Fear by Paulie Peretti, but the acoustic version only. Zombie acoustic version by Pretty Reckless. Wicked Game. Literally covered by almost anyone. I love that song. Snuff by Corey Taylor, again acoustic version. From my childhood, Keep Myself Awake by Black Lamb because it's a super depressive song and I had really bad insomnia. Lucky by Biff Naked because it came from the same goddamn album. Lone Digger by Caravan Police. It may be the most cheerful thing I have on my goddamn list and I love that song for so many reasons. Say Something by Big Wide World. Basically any cover of that but not the original. And finally, the actual honorable mention, Stacey's Mom by Baptist of Wayne.
All right.
But it is the Postmodern Jukebox cover because the guy who sings that is out of this fucking world and he puts so much effort and energy into that. And also the guy who plays the drums, whoever in the YouTube commented, yeah, the guy who plays the drums knows all about Stacey's Mum. Fucking. That keeps me laughing a lot, so thank you. That's my honorable mentions. All right, Aethel.
Söknuður, which is an old Icelandic song that is super depressive and played at funerals. I am shocked you didn't mention Voltaire because I'm evil.
I fucking love that song because he has so many good songs.
Yeah, Brain
Sorry,
is also
carry on.
just a fantastic song, even though it's from Bill and Mandy's horrible adventure. Or whatever. And my genuine this should have been on my list, but I couldn't fit it in there because it's basically the same story as the Pac-Man song. Godspeed You Black Emperor, raise your skinny fist like antennas to the sky. I had that track on repeat on a different study session. It's an hour and a half. It's a fucking journey. It's got noise. It's got ambience. It's got power. It's fantastic.
That
if you have an
is
hour and a half.
Great. And it's also great live, by the way.
Oh, you fucker. Neil, you fucker.
I did not see it live. There's videos.
Okay, I'll believe you this time.
Fine.
And randomly, A Horse with No Name. I don't know why. I like listening to that song on repeat.
Yep. I guess that's it. That's also the end of this season.
What?
Yay.
Wait, we're done?
I know.
We're done.
We're done.
I'm free?
Wow.
We kind of...
I'm free.
But this is season 1. We've done 12 episodes. This should get us through a year.
Yay!
Woohoo! I guess we'll figure out if we're doing a season 2 when we come to it. Maybe a year's time.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess thank you all for listening if you've gotten this far. And
Oh shit, I didn't mention BYOB with the System of a Down. That song's fucking
That's
banger.
a good one. Yeah.
there
They
is
have a lot of catchy stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Their discography's full of it.
I mentioned I get obsessed with songs and I will listen to them on repeat for absolutely ages. Yeah, progression through my life.
I didn't honorably mention a few of them because I wanted to cut it short.
Yes, we're also trying to cut this super short.
Yeah.
We started a little bit late. No, it's super late for us. All right. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will let you know what season 2 is if we have a season 2. thank you all for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for listening to episode 12 of 4 Top 3s. Yeah, that's the end of the year. Thank you so much for sticking with us all the way here. Or, if you just jumped in, hey, you have 11 more episodes you could listen to. If you enjoyed this one, why don't give them a go? But if you really did enjoy the episode, please throw us a review on any of the kind of sites that do reviews, Podchaser, the iTunes Store. I think you can even review on Spotify, so just click those buttons for us. That would be really, really appreciated. Other than that, I want to thank the Waffling Tailors who did an ad swap with us. They are a video game review podcast, or more like a video game talk show. I went through their backlog. They have interviews. They have a section called The Cupboard of Shame where they talk about video games they bought and played but they don't know why. Seems kind of interesting. And if you like the sound of that, I recommend go checking them out. Have a fantastic week, have a fantastic month, and a fantastic year. Thank you so much for listening and joining us. Goodbye.
This has been a Blighthouse Studio production. Thank you for listening.
Waffling Tailors is a podcast all about video games and nonsense. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, or head over to wafflingtailors.rocks. No one calls me these days. Oh, hey, what ho, Squitch?
Have you finished that big new feature for the website yet?
Absolutely.
Hang on. Oh, that's not bad. It loads pretty quickly. There's every episode on it as well.
X.
What's this button all about?
Don't push that button.
That ain't gonna happen.
No!
Nothing happened.
So yeah,
Embrace the potato.
is this still part 1?
Can I make a small request?
No.
Oh God. Dated. English is hard.
Opening for the band Baby in a Headlock. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that, Squidge.
That's terrible. That's awesome. I'll have you know.
Queer.
And